What's up, everybody? This is Dan, aka Tad Zero, and today we are going to be doing a review for Dark Souls for the Xbox 360. This, right off the bat, I'll tell you, is a game not for everybody. You have to be a very patient person. You have to be very determined. You have to enjoy challenge. And if you do all of those, then you will absolutely love this game. If you said, I don't have any of those, then do not play this game. Because if you play this game, you will end on a note in which you will have wasted money. Alright, so this is the beginning. I'm going to show you guys that I have beaten the game. This is the achievement, Reach to Link the Fire, which is the ending. I've beaten this game, so as I was checking that, I was getting destroyed by that guy. This is on the second playthrough. Keep in mind, this is the very beginning of the game. Those guys will kill you probably in 2 hits at the beginning of the game, no problem. I am the warrior class in this game. Just going to show you guys a little bit of the gameplay here. It is a third-person action adventure. It is very difficult. You will need to remember where all the enemies are. They very easily kill you in this game. Every single enemy, even at the level I'm at. This is the very beginning of the game, you'll see, and I do die. Coming up here. Your shield is your best friend in this game also. You will learn the entire game. You'll learn where every enemy is. You'll know that there's 3 rats in this room. 1, 2, 3. You'll know that when you go up the stairs and come out, there's a bunch of knights and a warthog, and if you go up the staircase, there's a really tough knight. You'll learn the entire game and the locations of every enemy. Now here I decide, it's the next playthrough, I decided to go try and best one of the very harder enemies in the beginning. Keep in mind, I have beaten the entire game at this point, and I have all the equipment from the end of the game and everything. So this is an enemy that you encounter within the first 10 hours of the game. Which, by the way, I got to this area in like 5 minutes. And in the beginning of the game, it took me about 15 hours to get to this point initially. Now, I'm actually destroying this guy pretty badly. He hits me with a big chain here. Almost kills me. I decide I'm going to move around here and try and cure in the back. Drink my Estus flask. He hits me. I fall off the cliff and game over. You're dead. This happens all the time. You will see that screen right there. Most of the time it won't be as hard fought. It's just you miss block and you die. And it happens a lot. So then it goes to this place called a bonfire, which is your checkpoint in the game. You can do anything from the bonfire. You can level up, repair your equipment later in the game, upgrade your equipment later in the game. But now, if you notice in the bottom right-hand corner, there were numbers there before. It was all the souls that I had acquired. And now it says 0. In this game, you use your souls as everything, as your currency, as your experience, as your material, and part of your material for upgrading your items. Everything. And when you die, you lose it all. In order to reacquire it, you have to recover your soul without dying. If you die, all of your accumulated souls are lost forever. Which is another part of the frustrating part of this game, because you'll die and then you'll rush back to get wherever you had died, and you'll die getting there because you rushed. So, as you can see, my character is on his way back to that night in which had bested him to teach him a lesson. I'm first going to come out here and see if my soul's laying on the ground, which it won't be because it normally is from where you fell, not where you fall, so that it's recoverable. Sometimes you fall in areas you can't achieve. Can't get there, I'm sorry. So this time I'm going to best him. So more about the game. It's an RPG. As you level, you will get stronger. You can allocate skill points in your endurance, your stamina, which is that green bar under my life, which is the red bar. You deplete stamina in everything you do, from Some weapons naturally deplete it as you have them equipped. Whenever you successfully block, it will take off of your stamina instead of taking off your life unless you run out of stamina or it's a magic attack. Then it will go through your shield. Everything is... You have to learn a lot of patterns of the enemies, what you can successfully block and what will hurt you. Like, I know that will hurt you even if you block, so I backed up. I did an attack in which would knock them down. Every class has a different perk, and this is, like I said, the warrior class. And that's how you know, by the way, it's a badass enemy you killed when they disintegrate like that. The warrior class is kind of like the tank that doesn't have a lot of life. Well, my character does because of my level. But he was a pretty good class. I thought it was pretty good. The first 20 hours of this game I feel are the most difficult. So yeah, at the end of this video, I might have to cut and crop it, but I fight one of the larger bosses in the game. Not harder, but larger. This warthog is actually a boss level enemy. I encountered another one of these much later in the game. It's fully armored. Luckily, I have a maxed out. It is a maxed out Black Knight sword that I used primarily. So yeah, like I was saying about the game, it's a level-based game. The entire world is one large world. There's no levels. You unlock new parts of the world by like opening gates and stuff like that, but it's a natural progression. But it is one large world in which every NPC is killable, but there is ramifications for killing NPCs, and every item is valuable. And everything affects every part of the world. This is the equip menu. I was showing you that I have all these different cool items, and as I was doing that, I got attacked. So I exited out, and I switched my weapon, which, by the way, you can do with the touch of one button. You can equip 2 sets of items in your left and right hand. And you can also equip a certain amount of items, like consumable items, such as like healing potions and stuff, which, by the way, regenerate automatically every time you rest at a bonfire. All of your healing items will regenerate automatically. But other items do not. Just those and your magic spells. Which, by the way, if you play Demon Souls, your magic is different in this game. You have a certain amount of times you can use a spell per visit to a bonfire. So, like, you notice my spell, it says heal on the upper part of that the 4-part thing on the bottom left. The top says heal. That's a spell. I can use it 5 times. And then once that runs out, you have to rest at a bonfire. I switched to this sword on purpose just to show you guys some of the cooler weapons in the game. This is a rare weapon in which you end up getting a soul of a boss named Quelaag. That white mist you just saw me walk through, that's when you get to different parts of the game. Sometimes there's bosses beyond those mists, and sometimes it's just another part of the level, so you kind of have to guess. And sometimes you guess wrong and you die, because most of the times you will die many times on every boss. Now at this point I decided I was just going to start running and getting to the hydra, which is the big boss in which I fight at the end of in this video. So this bonfire that I'm about to get to here took about, I'd say 15 hours, probably close to that, before I actually got there. This is where Craig, the other guy on the website, got to. He's around this area in the game. He had to put it down because he has other games to play. But yeah, this bonfire here, whenever you rest at a bonfire, everything automatically fills. All your Estus flasks refill, so on and so forth. Now I'm rushing to fight the Hydra just to show you guys. Oh, these little red things on the ground. You'll notice them in periodic places. This is one of the ways that the game ties into online play. Whenever a person gets to a certain area and they want to leave you a hint or a joke, something to make you laugh, they'll write on the. You get an item that you can write on the ground. This is probably one of the most helpful aspects of the game, because certain parts in the game there's absolutely no direction at all, and you have no idea what you have to do. And sometimes the only thing that guides you are those little markers of people that actually figured it out. That's one of the online ways that this game works. Another online way is you get certain items in which you can invade other people's games for certain items or humanity, which is another big part of the game, in which you invade their game and the sole purpose is to kill them and take that item, which is kind of neat. Another way is you can put down markers, and people can put down markers, and if you're human, which was something I'll explain in a minute, you can summon them from their marker, and they can help you fight the bosses is the main part. So once they fight the boss and they win, then they're rewarded 1 humanity, which is a consumable item that turns you back into being human, because the game, you are dead, you're an undead, and whenever you turn human, then you can summon people to your game. It's pretty much the only perk to it. And then you can kindle bonfires and stuff, which means you can make the bonfires stronger, which gives you more healing items and stuff like that. Now, the reason I ran up here is the hydra. Now, the hydra is one of those enemies that when you first get to him, you're like, how do I even get to this guy? But after you fight him for a while, you realize that like when you get your feet in the water right under him, he starts attacking you, and one of those things in which you need a lot of practice, and you have to die a few times. So yeah, those are just normal monsters. See how the hydra starts shooting water from really far away? It's one of the ways you have to get in on them. So I'll work my way up here. Oh, you'll find dead bodies with little things floating over them. They're souls sometimes they're items. That consumable soul is just an item that literally gives you souls for free when you use it. So here we are working our way up to the hydra. You gotta get your feet in the water. You also have to be careful of many things. 1, not to die. 2, the shallow land only goes so far. You have to bait him into attacking you like that, and see if you make a mistake of not killing an enemy. This is where I almost made a mistake and died. They will continue to attack you even if you've aggroed the boss and everything. So this part, I literally, look at that, almost died. Now keep in mind, this is a boss that you fight in the very near beginning of the game. It's definitely not one of the harder bosses in the game. And in the end game, I just almost died there. So, this game is infamous for still being able to kill you in the very beginning. Even when you're... So the point here is to bait them to attack you like that and just start hacking off heads. And then you see the heads start coming off. You can target them and you can just choose to... just swing like that. So let's see a little bit more about the gameplay here. You can equip a standard equipment, helmet, body, legs, everything like that. You have rings, which are really important in this game, especially end game. I mean late game. You have to like walk through lava and stuff like that, where you have to equip rings with high fire resistance and lava resistance and stuff like that. There are a ton of secrets in this game. If you're a fan of like the old school Nintendo games where you shot a wall and the wall disappeared and then you walked by and you found something wicked cool, this game is riddled with it. There is a ton of stuff like that. Also, that shield you just saw, my shield, it's actually a rare shield in the game. The way that you get rare items is you have to acquire souls from certain bosses, and then you have to have fully upgraded items. And then you go to a special blacksmith that's really near the end of the game that can turn them into rare items. So yeah, you're getting to see a little bit of a fully decked out character here. But all in all, the game is absolutely amazing. I have like 10 hours so far on the new Elder Scrolls game, and I am a gigantic Elder Scrolls fanatic. In fact, I've gotten every achievement in Oblivion. And this is my game of the year so far. It's really dark and challenging, and it really tests your patience and your thinking, and it's an amazing game, absolutely amazing.
And this is not